Good morning.
There's a brightness in the light I haven't seen in quite a very long time. Very long time. And the colors warm like summers I remember. Never go. Never let go. Sky above and ground below. I'm in love with how I know I can always fly myself a kite. It's like I'm throwing me a rope. Throwing me a rope. Through the child's eyes. Through the child's
Well, hello and welcome back. I guess you guys should be saying that to me because I took like a 2-week hiatus there. Even when I said I was going to do 30 days of vlogging in a row, I ended up only actually doing 27 days of vlogging in a row because Thanksgiving happened. It was a spur of the moment decision to drive a couple hours south to see my friends for Thanksgiving. And that was in Phoenix. And then after Phoenix, I decided just to go down to Tucson to see my friend Jeremy, who's the guy I went to Burning Man with. So I got to spend a few days with him. So, you know, just one thing after another. I just didn't get a chance to do a lot of filming. Plus, on top of all that time of visiting friends, I had a couple of time-sensitive jobs come in from other freelance clients, and I work with a company that I do their video editing, and some of their jobs were quite big, and so it took me multiple days to do those. So it is what it is, but I am back on the road, and I am still in southern Arizona, and today I'm actually going to do a little bit of sightseeing. I'm going to head down to the towns of Tombstone and Bisbee. And yes, Tombstone is the actual town where the OK Corral gunfight famously happened. I've been there before. I've been to both of these places before, but it's been a couple of years now, and they're just kind of neat. Tombstone's very touristy, but it's just one small street of like Western style stores and saloons. And, you know, some of it was from the actual town when it existed in the 1800s, although if I remember correctly, a big fire swept through the area and burned a lot of it. So some of it has been built back up, and some of it's straight for the tourism aspect of it. But it's still kind of neat, kind of authentic looking. And then the town of Bisbee is just this really cool little like bohemian style town that last time I was there was so early in the morning that most of the shops and everything were not open. So I decided to go down there, check it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. But first, I'm actually gonna check out a little terrible looking roadside attraction just down the street from here. It's called The Thing, and I love really, really kitschy roadside attractions. There's something about it. Someone put the love and attention into building this thing, and even though it's super cheesy and they probably had no money when they were making it, and the things you're going to see are probably pretty terrible looking as far as the way they're built and everything. I don't know, there's something about it. I just think that that's the stuff that makes up kind of like the little small towns in America, and especially when you're in a road trip, these are the little things that just kind of make up those little small memories. So I'm going to check out something called The Thing. Thought I'd show you my campsite for the night real quick before I leave here. Nothing special, little dirt road coming up this little clearing. There was a fire pit here. I didn't get a fire started last night. I was so tired when I pulled in. I was up for like an hour and then I went to bed. Beautiful power lines running off in the distance. But now we're headed down the road. All right, I'm here, and as you can tell by the billboards coming in, this thing is highly advertised all over I-10 and other major interstates as you come into the area. I mean, for hundreds of miles too. I saw signs for this way back in Phoenix. So it is highly advertised. I'm expecting nothing but super kitschy and very, very cheesy stuff. but let's go check it out. I really don't know much about this. This is a massive gift shop. I did not expect all this inside of here. I had read online that this was inside of a gas station, but I didn't know this would be this massive gift shop either. What do you think? Does it match my eyes? Of course he's carrying a laser gun and riding a dinosaur. Why wouldn't that alien be doing that? Duh. So far what's going on is you walk through this, there's signs all over the walls that kind of give you a storyline as you're walking through this. And what I've learned so far through this storyline and the signs is that aliens came to Earth thousands and millions of years ago, actually, during the Jurassic period, during dinosaurs. And there was 2 different types of alien species from their home planet who came to Earth in search of a new civilization, planet they can inhabit, because their planet was dying. So as these aliens come to Earth and discover dinosaurs, they then use mind control on the dinosaurs to use dinosaurs for their bidding and have dinosaurs work with them and, I guess, build things and things. And there was 2 types of alien types. There was one type of alien type that was more combative, and they were really good with weaponry and everything, basically kind of like the army. And then there was another type of alien group from the same planet, but they were more thought-provoking and more scientific based. They were the ones that were kind of there for kind of like the engineering of the planet and trying to come up with a new civilization. That is so far the storyline in this. Alright, so we have a mural here of a bunch of aliens shooting laser guns at this dinosaur, who I just noticed apparently ate the Wicked Witch of the West or something during Christmas. Because there's just some legs sticking out of the dinosaur's mouth. Maybe he found an elf during the holidays. But yeah, there's the alien shooting the dinosaur. All right, so far it's a very cheesy premise, obviously. Aliens coming here and using dinosaurs to their advantage to rebuild a civilization. It's very cheesy, but the exhibits are amazing. Like, I expected like paper mache and barely holding together with duct tape and glue. No, these exhibits are actually really quite something to see. And there's music pumped out through the entire area, and the signs are really good. It's actually quite impressive. This is only $5. I'm quite impressed actually with what I'm seeing. These exhibits are huge too. That thing is really big. That's a good 15, 20 feet long. All right, so an update on the story is that after the dinosaurs were kind of mind controlled by the aliens, they started to develop more, I guess, intelligence, and the dinosaurs then turned on the aliens. And so the aliens and the dinosaurs were then at war. And this caused a big strife between the different types of alien species. One alien species decided to actually help the dinosaurs because they thought that the dinosaurs were being treated misfairly with the mind control devices. So they actually fought with the dinosaurs while another group of aliens were attacking the dinosaurs. And that caused one group of aliens to decide to leave Earth. And this caused a massive battle over Earth, and most of Earth was destroyed. And this caused one group of aliens decided to leave Earth and find another planet to conquer. And that is when they decided to send an asteroid to Earth that would just wipe out the dinosaurs and their other foe-like alien friends. The storyline is basically just trying to retell how the Earth was formed and how civilization was formed, but using aliens as their basis. It's just very funny to me. So basically now what it's doing is it's after one alien group left Earth and sent an asteroid to destroy Earth, the remaining aliens that stayed on Earth that tried to help the dinosaurs. I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. That group of aliens that stayed on Earth helped regroup and helped mankind and helped life reform on Earth. And then civilization started popping up, and this sign behind me starts talking about how one alien group helped the rise of Alexander the Great, and they helped Alexander the Great conquer Europe. It's just, this is just very comical to me. And of course, over my shoulder, the birth of America was helped with the aid of the aliens. One alien group decided to try to find comfort in the New World, and that is when they developed a new country, the United States of America, as everyone knows. I just think all this is so funny. So this sign says that as the West got expanded and gold and silver boomed, and then there was boom towns, and then the transatlantic railroad and power lines and automobiles and the Wright brothers and all that stuff, everything started evolving and bringing everybody closer together. And the sign behind me is like, what if aliens were behind all that? Because all that stuff happened in a relatively quick amount of time. So they're like, well, what if aliens were behind that? Because that was too fast for all that to happen. So it's just very funny. All right, this is kind of cool. I'm sure it's a replica, but it's an old Model T, 1917 Model T Ford, and it was actually used as a race car, and it could top out at 45 miles per hour. All right, as the story goes on and as the world events start unfolding, and just talks about it in signage, talks about the Civil War, talks about World War I, and then starts talking about World War II, and then it starts talking about how the aliens gave the U.S. Its knowledge on creating atomic bombs and how to end the World War II, and just crazy, crazy funny stuff. So here's a Rolls Royce where an alien obviously drove Winston Churchill. Duh, everyone knows that. The aliens even got a little suit on. Oh, fun fact, I was actually in Florida when the Challenger exploded, and I actually saw that happening live in the sky. I was living in Boca Raton. I was in 3rd grade, and it's a day I'll never forget. So earlier there was a little sign that said that they had discovered something in southern Arizona, I think near Tombstone or something like that. And they were like, what is it? What did they find there? What was uncovered? And so this room is supposed to represent what it was in the cave that they found. And there's some sort of mummy thing over here. And this is the thing. This is apparently what was discovered in the mines in southern Arizona. Of course, he's got a hat where it should belong. I like that rattlesnake. Actually, I don't like that rattlesnake. I hate snakes. All right, there you have it. That is the thing, everybody. I think they're covering up the thing. All right, cheesy, yes. Worth it? Also yes. Very, very cheesy, but also very impressive. Like, the statues were not cheap. This, I was expecting, again, paper mache and like glue held together with some duct tape, but it was actually really impressive. What they did in there was actually quite impressive. They had sound effects and the statues were impressive, and it was really cool. For $5, it's worth it. I wouldn't go out of my way to do it, but if you're along I-10 here and you want to stretch your legs for 30 minutes, it's worth it. All right, I'm gonna head down the street to Tombstone. There it is, the infamous OK Corral, where the gunfight happened between Wyatt Earp and the Cowboys. So I've actually been here before and I saw the gunfight, and if it wasn't $10 and I hadn't already seen it before, I would absolutely do it again, but I just don't feel like spending $10 on something I've seen before, and it was just 3 years ago I saw it, so it really wasn't that long ago. But I will put a link to a video right here if you want to see the gunfight. They do the whole reenactment, and the actors who play Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, the guy that played Doc Holliday was excellent. He completely portrays his character off of Val Kilmer's character off the movie, but it's quite good. It's like a 20-minute show or so. It's pretty neat. Oh, that's cool. You can stay in the stagecoach. They're like Airbnbs.
Oh, yeah.
I like all the bales of hay.
Electricity was added here too, but otherwise, 81 and 1882 that destroyed most of our town, then survived being locked up for 45 years from 1889 when the silver mines.
A couple bullet holes in the bar, and there's another one over here by this painting right there. And she pointed out that there was one up here by the frame. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. So I went inside the Birdcage Theater, which is, they said is the original building, is built in 1881. And even though 2 fires ripped through the area in 1881 and 1882, that building actually survived because they said it's actually made of adobe walls, and it was just thick enough to, I guess, prevent against the fires. But they did give you a little backstory in there of how Doc Holliday used to go in there and gamble. There is a museum you can go into the back and pay for, and you can see up apparently a lot of the casino games and tables that he would actually used to sit at. But basically the Birdcage Theater was a brothel, and they show you the stairs that lead up to the rooms where the women would take you back into the rooms, and they talked about how thin the stairs had gotten over the years, indicating how many times the women had used the stairs to go up to the rooms with men, which was kind of funny. But there's actually some bullet holes in there, so I put those on camera, which is kind of funny. But other than that, Tombstone's a pretty small town. It's basically one street, bought a lot of little shops. A lot of it's clearly very touristy, and some of it's very authentic, but kind of neat to see. If you're in the area, I wouldn't come out of my way to see it, but it's kind of neat to come down here and see. Oh, the Oriental. I'm pretty sure that's where, in the movie, Wyatt Earp is a dealer there. Yeah, his place. All right, I just had to do a beer in the Oriental, which is Wyatt Earp's casino, so I got an IPA on draft and just hanging out. Where I figured, where else am I going to say I had a beer in the same place that Wyatt Earp had it? All right, well, as fun as this is, I think I'm gonna head south to the town of Bisbee. I've been there before as well. It's a little small bohemian town, but that's where I'm headed to next. All right, I made it to the town of Bisbee, and behind me is something called the Lavender Pit. This is an old copper mining pit that started in 1917 and ran till 1974. And this is where I'm gonna end this video, because I think looking at all my footage today, I have at least enough footage to make a good 20-minute video. So I think incorporating the town of Bisbee and what you see behind me into this video is just gonna be a little long. So tune in tomorrow and I'll tell you all about the Lavender Pit and the town of Bisbee and the town of Lowell, which is literally stuck in the 1950s. So until then, thanks for escaping normal life with me.